Hello my dear students, in this lecture we are going to understand various losses in steam turbine. We have seen in previous lectures that is steam turbine functions on Rankine cycle, right? Here steam is used for the power generation, therefore there will be a Rankine cycle, right? So let us understand this cycle first, so that we can understand the losses, right? Now here there is a boiler. This boiler converts water into vapor, right? Here the purpose of this boiler is to raise the steam, to increase the steam by supplying heat. Therefore here they will generate steam. Now there is a pipeline from boiler to the turbine. There is a pipeline from boiler to the turbine where steam is flowing through this pipeline. Here there will be a turbine where work is produced. On this turbine the work is produced. Let us say now again turbine, whenever work is produced, then exhaust of turbine is again flowing through the pipeline to the condenser. There will be a condenser, right, where heat is rejected at constant pressure. Now again this condenser converts the steam into saturated liquid state. Therefore at the exit of condenser there is a saturated liquid state, so we need pump here. We need pump, and this pump supplies this liquid state to the boiler again, right? This is a pump. These are the four devices. Number one, boiler, where at constant pressure water is converted into steam, that is heat supplying device. Then water is flowing through pipeline towards turbine. Now again in turbine there will be a work produced, and turbine is a reversible adiabatic expansion, right? And work is produced in the turbine. Then after work is produced, the exhaust from the turbine is passed through the condenser, so that at constant pressure heat is rejected from the condenser, heat is rejected from the steam, right? And after condenser the condition is saturated liquid state, so to circulate this liquid state we need to use pump, right? Now let us understand here TS diagram. Now here this is the inlet to the turbine is 1, then outlet of the turbine is 2, condenser exit is 3, and pump exit is 4, right? Now if I draw temperature versus entropy diagram for ideal cycle, here we are going to understand ideal cycle TS diagram. There will be a liquid vapor dome, right? 1 to 2 is turbine expansion, like this. 1 to 2 is reversible adiabatic expansion in turbine. 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat rejection in condenser. 3 to 4 is pumping, that is isentropic reversible adiabatic pumping. Then 4 to 1 is constant pressure heat supply. 4 to 1 is constant pressure heat supply. Now here this is the ideal Rankine cycle or ideal steam turbine cycle without losses. But my dear students, as here steam is flowing through the pipeline, here we can say it's a pipeline. Whenever steam is flowing through the pipeline from boiler to the turbine, there will be a pressure drop in this pipeline. Therefore there will be a temperature drop in this pipeline, right? Because of pressure drop there will be a temperature drop in the pipeline, and as well as there will be a heat loss in this pipeline, right? Whenever there is a heat loss, then entropy decreases, temperature decreases, right? These are the two major losses which reduces the available energy and consequently the power output, right? Because of these two major losses, that is, first is pressure drop in the pipeline and second is heat loss in the pipeline. Because of this, available energy as well as power output decreases. Hence these pipeline losses are considered as major losses. So in actual cycle, let us consider these pipeline losses also. So my dear students, here we are considering pipeline losses also. Let us minimize these diagrams so that we can draw actual diagram. Now here if I draw actual temperature versus entropy diagram, TS diagram. Now there will be a liquid vapor dome like this, right? Now here there will be a pipeline losses. Here pipeline losses are, we are considering, let us say 1 double dash to 1 dash. In this pipeline there will be a loss, which is first loss is pressure drop in pipeline. Let us say I am drawing here 1 double dash to 1 dash pressure drop in pipeline. Because of pressure drop, entropy remains constant but the temperature drops. Therefore here 1 double dash to 1 dash, right? There is a pressure drop in pipeline. Again my dear students, 1 dash to 1, here there will be a 1 dash to 1 is heat loss in pipeline, heat loss to the surrounding, heat loss to the surrounding in pipeline, right? Heat loss in pipeline. Now whenever there is a heat loss, then there will be an entropy decrease and as well as temperature decrease. Therefore from 1 dash to 1 there will be a heat loss like this. This will be the 1. Now my dear students, from 1 to 2, now from this 1 there will be a turbine expansion. Now this turbine, during this turbine expansion, there will be a frictional heating in this turbine. Because of friction between steam and turbine blades, there will be a frictional heating, and as well as there will be a heat loss from the turbine casing. Right, let us understand these processes. Now here, because of frictional heating, the entropy increases. Because of frictional heating in the turbine, the entropy increases like this. It will go to the 2 dash, it will go to the 2 dash, right? Therefore here we can say 1 to 2 dash, 1 to 2 dash is frictional heating of steam, frictional heating of steam in turbine, in turbine. And my dear students, as well as there will be a heat loss from the turbine casing. Therefore 1 to 2 double dash, the process will be like this. There will be heat loss from the turbine casing, right? Here 1 to 2 double dash is heat loss from turbine casing. We can say 1 to 2 double dash, heat loss from turbine casing, turbine casing, right? And my dear students, if this heat gain, that is frictional heating of steam, is equal to heat loss, then this line will be vertical, then this line will be vertical, that is 1 to 2. 1 to 2 will be isentropic. Here 1 to 2 is isentropic, means constant entropy. Now my dear students, let us understand here a simple concept, that this 1 to 2 is isentropic, but when this 1 to 2 will be there, whenever frictional heating of the turbine or frictional heating of steam is equal to heat loss from the turbine casing, then only the process will be isentropic. But this is not adiabatic, because here there is a heat transfer, because of friction heat is getting added, and because of heat loss from the turbine casing, heat is rejected from the system. Therefore it is not adiabatic, but it is isentropic, right? Now, but generally for this turbine, this frictional heating is more than heat loss from the turbine casing. 1 to 2 dash is more than 1 to 2 double dash. Therefore the net result will be frictional heating, the net result will be frictional heating of steam, frictional heating of steam. Hence, as there is a net effect of frictional heating of steam, therefore there will be a concept of turbine efficiency. Now my dear students, this turbine efficiency, let us understand this turbine process only on TS diagram, temperature versus entropy diagram. If I draw only turbine efficiency diagram, that is 1 to 2. Here 1 to 2 is isentropic turbine expansion, that is at constant entropy, right? And my dear students, because of this frictional heating, the actual cycle will be like this. Actual cycle will be 1 to 2 dash, right? Here 1 to 2 dash is actual turbine, 1 to 2 is isentropic turbine. And my dear students, because of friction in the turbine, definitely T2 dash will be more than T2. Because of friction, this T2 dash will be more than T2, right? Always because of friction there will be a frictional heating, that means temperature increases and entropy also increases. So my dear students, turbine is a work producing device, and whenever any work producing device there is a losses, it will produce lesser work as compared to isentropic work. Whenever there are losses, the component always produces lesser work as compared to isentropic work. Therefore there will be a concept of isentropic efficiency of turbine, isentropic efficiency of turbine, efficiency of turbine, right? Let us understand this isentropic efficiency of turbine. Therefore efficiency of turbine is nothing but, see, in actual condition work produced by the turbine is less than in isentropic condition. Therefore it is actual work produced by the turbine divided by isentropic work, produced by the turbine. Therefore this efficiency of turbine is equal to, now here actual work is 1 to 2 dash, therefore H1 minus H2 dash. It is enthalpy difference or not? We have seen in basics, that is in steam turbine, right? Whenever we have seen Rankine cycle in the first lecture, we have derived this. Here all work is nothing but enthalpy difference, therefore H1 minus H2 dash divided by H1 minus H2, sorry, H1 minus H2. Here we will write H1 minus H2, right? This is the turbine efficiency, H1 minus H2 dash divided by H1 minus H2, that is actual work divided by isentropic work, right? Now here the processes are 1 to 2 dash is actual turbine expansion and 1 to 2 is isentropic turbine expansion. And if question is to find work of turbine, then my dear students, it is actual work, that is H1 minus H2 dash, actual work we have to find, right? Now after understanding this turbine, there may be a loss in pump also, so let us understand losses in pump, right? Now my dear students, before reaching to pump there is a condenser. Now here from 2 to 3 there will be a condenser, 2 to 3 there will be a condenser, right, where heat is rejected, and the condenser is a phase change, and phase change is a reversible process. During phase change is considered as reversible process, therefore there will be no loss. Now 3 to 4 is pump. Now let us understand the theoretical pump. Here a reversible pump is like this, 3 to 4. Now here 3 to 4 is reversible pump, right? Reversible pump means without losses this will be the pump. But my dear students, in case of this pump 3 to 4, there are pump losses, and pump losses are basically because of friction and eddies. In pump there will be friction and there will be eddies, formation of eddies. Because of this, the temperature at the end of pump will increase and entropy also increases, right? Therefore because of this friction and eddies, the temperature at the end of pump will increase and temperature entropy also increases. Let us draw for reversible process 4 to 1. The process is like this for reversible constant pressure process, right? That is boiler. 4 to 1 double S is boiler, right? Now here because of losses in pump, the 4 will reach to the 4 dash, 4 dash, and definitely because of this friction T4 dash will be more than T4, and because of friction S4 dash, here we can say entropy at 4 dash, S4 dash will be more than S4. Entropy also increases, temperature also increases. Therefore we can say 3 to 4 dash is actual pump, right? So my dear students, this pump is a work consuming device, and whenever there are losses in the pump, it will consume more work. The work producing device will produce lesser work because of losses, and the work consuming device will consume more work because of losses. Therefore here actual work is more as compared to isentropic work. Therefore again there will be a concept of isentropic efficiency of pump. Again there will be a concept of isentropic efficiency of pump. Let us understand this concept. Now efficiency of this pump is equal to, now here isentropic work, that is 3 to 4, is less than actual work, that is 3 to 4 dash. Therefore it is ratio of isentropic work. Isentropic work means work without losses. Isentropic work divided by actual work, this will be the efficiency of pump. Therefore efficiency of pump is equal to isentropic work is H4 minus H3 divided by actual work is H4 dash minus H3, right? And my dear students, if question is to find work of pump, then we have to find actual work, that is H4 dash minus H3. This work we have to find. My dear students, in Brayton cycle also we have seen turbine losses and compressor losses. In case of Brayton cycle there is a gas is circulating, hence instead of pump there is a compressor used. But here in case of steam turbine, through after condensation the condition is saturated liquid state, so we have to increase the pressure of liquids. So for increasing pressure of liquid we have pumps, right? Only difference is that here pump is used. In case of Brayton cycle, that is gas turbine cycle, there is a compressor, but the concept is same. There will be a efficiency of turbine, the same concept, and the efficiency of pump or efficiency of compressor, the same concept. Now my dear students, whenever the water is flowing from condenser pressure to boiler pressure, right, there is a long pipeline. Can you see here, from condenser to boiler there is a long pipeline. Now my dear students, whenever water is flowing from the condenser pressure to the boiler pressure, there is lot of frictional drop of pressure. Because of friction there is a lot of drop of pressure, and because of these the water is not reaching up to the boiler because of these frictional losses or loss in pressure, right? So my dear students, as water is not reaching up to the boiler pressure, so what we are doing, we are pumping this water at a higher pressure than boiler pressure. Means what the pump will do, this pump will pump the water at a pressure more than boiler pressure, so that because of losses at the exit of this pump, the pressure will be equal to boiler pressure and the water will easily enter into the boiler. Thank you dear students. In next lecture we will understand methods for improving efficiency of Rankine cycle.